So, you come to me at the end of the month for another horror pack unboxing. I know that's the only reason why some of you are here, okay? Let's call a spade a spade. But I'm happy to have you here nonetheless. The Antichrist can't be too picky with who clicks on her videos. That's right, Satan's favorite daughter at your service. If you're confused about that, I don't know what to tell you. I just really wanted to talk about horror movies with the good people of Earth before I signal the apocalypse. Well, I guess my birth kind of signaled the end of times, but nonetheless, today I do have a horror pack box to open with you, and I also have some thrifted finds to go over. I talk about physical media all the time. I'm so obsessed with it. It is deeply important to me, and also in these trying times, I think deeply important to the culture, which is why I talk about it almost every week. So if that sounds good to you, then click subscribe. Join our physical media cult. Also click the like button and the notification bell, that way you never miss our next meeting. And if you want to hear me talk even more about horror movies, you can follow me on my main channel, Haunted Hippie, and on the Patreon. On the Patreon, I do bonus reviews, and I also take you behind the scenes of my own short horror films. You can find all that linked down below, but let's get into this haul. I'm gonna save my horror pack surprise for last, and we're gonna get into my thrifted haul. The only Blu-ray that I picked up recently is Batman Begins. Last year they brought The Dark Knight back into theaters, and so I went to go see that in theaters for the first time. I became obsessed with it. I loved it. I'm a big Nolan girl, but I had never seen Batman Begins, and I also have not seen the last movie of the trilogy. The Dark Knight Returns, what's it called? Anyway, I found the second and third movies of the trilogy a little while back, like a few months back after I saw the movie in theaters. I found two really nice sleeved Blu-rays of them, so I held off because I knew that I would find this on Blu-ray eventually. I'd seen it on DVD, but I got it on Blu-ray for $4. Good find. Now I have the completed trilogy and I can actually watch the whole thing. Next up, we have an old Blockbuster DVD called Land of the Lost. This was at the very tail end of Blockbuster's life, I'm pretty sure, because this is actually a Blu-ray, but it's in this chunky DVD case. I'm pretty sure this one, yup. It's even got the nice little Blockbuster logo inside of it. I'm pretty sure that this movie is awful, but it is a movie from my youth. One of the only things that I remember about it is that there is this like monkey man character named Chaka, and he does this. And for a couple of 13-year-old girls at a sleepover, that's about the peak of comedy right there. So I bought it for nostalgia reasons, but I feel like I'm gonna end up soiling that good memory once I come to find out that this is probably like a 1-star film. But it's just so high concept, and even though Will Ferrell is kind of hit or miss, like I'm willing to roll those dice. I also love Danny McBride as an actor. As a writer, I'm not sure about him yet, but I just feel like it can't be all bad, can it? Let me know if I pulled this movie out of a deep recess in your mind, but let's move on. Up next, we have Snowpiercer. This is from director Bong Joon-ho. You probably know him from a little movie called Parasite, and it stars Chris Evans, Mr. Captain America himself. I've heard absolutely nothing but good things about this movie. It's been on Netflix, I think, for a long time, but since they cracked down on password sharing, and I am absolutely not gonna pay for like the extension fee, I haven't watched it yet. I have a pretty good feeling about it. I feel like I'm really gonna like the movie, and so I just decided that I better own it. This also has some special features like the birth of Snowpiercer, the characters, animated prologue, Chris Evans and Tilda Swinton on Snowpiercer, the train brought to life behind the scenes of a special screening, transpersonage from the blank page to the black screen. I really can't. I've never seen that word before in my life, but yay, lots of special features there. I think actually all the rest of the movies that I want to show you, yeah, all the rest of these I've never seen before. Oh my gosh, the only one that I picked up recently that I'd seen before is Land of the Lost. Oh, does this have any special features? Deleted scenes, a day in the life of big time movie star Danny McBride, Devil's Canyon gift shop commercial and tour, Making Land of the Lost, Brandy, Sid and Marty, a conversation with the Crofts, Dr. Marshall's food diaries, D-Box motion enabled, and more. Do you guys remember D-Box? It used to feel like you were on a roller coaster ride at the movie theater. For Batman Begins, oh, there's a ton of special features. Oh, that's crazy. There's like 15 featurettes on this thing. That's amazing. Also recently, as a prologue to the other movies that I want to show you, literally in my last main channel video, I was talking about how I am getting more into international horror. I'm trying to watch more Asian horror and more Italian Korean horror right now. I put these things out into the universe and then I receive. I found a Thai horror film called The Summoning. I think it also goes by the name Reside. This is about a group of 4 people that are possessed one by one. And I guess that some drama and things come out about the past. I'd never heard of it. Maybe it's no good, but I'll find out for you. I'll let you know. And if it's no good, then you can have it. If you don't know, I sell all the physical media that I don't want over on my Poshmark, and I give you crazy good deals if you bundle them all together. Or not all of them, I just mean like if you create a bundle, you know what I mean. There's no special features on this. I feel like I found kind of like a cool underground thing. Have you heard of this one? It is streaming on Tubi. I just checked. I don't know if it's streaming anywhere else, but I'll find out. I'll let you know. Next up, we have a movie called Diary. This is a Chinese horror film, and I've been racking my brain to try to remember if I have seen a Chinese horror film before. I feel like majority of the international horror that I've seen has been South Korean or Japanese, but I feel like there's something I'm missing. Usually Shudder has a really good mix, so I feel like there had to have been something. But in Diary, while spending her days crafting wooden dolls and writing in her diary, pretty young Winnie waits in vain for the return of her boyfriend Seth. One day she meets another man who so closely resembles her lost love that Winnie brings him into her life and tries to mold him in Seth's image. But all is not as it seems. There aren't any special features on this one as far as I can tell. You can have a look there too. But I really like this kind of iridescent look that this DVD has. It's also from 2006, and if you know me, you know I love a good early 2000s horror. So we'll see about this one. I will let you know. Finally, the last thing that I thrifted is actually a Shudder original film, and it is called Gwen. Gwen is a young girl whose life seems to be collapsing around her, struggling with her mother's mysterious illness, her father's absence, and a group of angry villagers threatening to take her farm. Gwen must find the strength to guide her family through the darkness. This one seems like it also might be a paranormal seance type movie. These all kind of seem to have that in common, actually. Well, maybe not Diary. This one seems maybe like it's more of a thriller. I don't know if there's a supernatural element to this, but just from the poster, what a funky poster that is. I didn't even say. But these sound kind of similar, even though they're from entirely different places. This one's a British horror film, so I guess technically still international to me. I'm excited for this one because when I just looked it up, it was described actually as a folk horror film, and I am a slut for a little folk horror. It is potentially my favorite subgenre of horror, actually, so I'm excited for this one. I will let you know about it. But for now, let's break into the March Horror Pack box. Shoo-ba-doo-ba-doop, shoo-ba-doo-ba-doop. And I'll go over my entire haul at the end again, don't worry. I also love this because it gives me packaging to send out my DVDs from Poshmark to. And also it feels like a magic goodie bag. What's gonna be in here? What's up first? We have, oh, Titan! Yo, wow, horror pack. You were slacking for a bit, but this is a good one. I am not the biggest Titan person myself. I just conceptually, like, this movie kind of makes my brain feel like soup, but I do appreciate it. And I love a good story about a woman coming up in the horror genre. I am rooting for Julia Ducournau, and I really hope that the way I'm pronouncing it is like sufficient enough. I know that a lot of people will be very excited about this one, so we're off to a good start. And this includes the New York Film Festival Q&A with Julia Ducournau, Vincent London, and Agatha Roselle. Wow. That's the only bonus feature, but that's great. If it's from a film festival Q&A, then hopefully it's like an hour long. I'm sure that it's packed with a lot of juicy insights. Up next, what do we have in our magic bag? Oh, the sleeved Blu-ray of Wormwood Apocalypse. Okay. It is giving like you ordered Mad Max on Shein. That's what this looks like to me. And judging on the back as well, I'm just not super hopeful about the quality of this. According to somebody on Fangoria, it is gory, hilarious. Whatever Wormwood Apocalypse is huffing, more zombie movies should try it. Oh, it's a zombie movie. Okay, I should have figured that. Reese is a soldier and a hunter who lives in the zombie-infested wasteland. His job is to capture civilians and deliver them to what's left of the military and the brutal Surgeon General. When Reese captures a half-zombie, half-human named Grace, he comes to believe she is the key to ending the apocalypse. With the help of her sister Maxie, he works to free Grace before she is subjected to horrible experiments. Okay, so this is literally just giving Warm Bodies. Warm Bodies ripoff. If you ordered Warm Bodies on Zaffle, that doesn't really make me hopeful for this, but maybe it should because I love Warm Bodies, so maybe I would like this. But this seems like a much more sort of like militarized characterized setting. Granted, Warm Bodies was too, but you didn't ever really feel it that much because at its core, it just was a rom-com. It just was a good old-fashioned dark comedy. This seems a little bit more intense. I don't know about that. Let's see what's up next. We have, oh, another sleeved one, Crimes of the Future. Wait a minute. Did they? No, I think somebody else sent me Crimes of the Future recently. I think that's why I'm mixing it up, because I was like, wait, wasn't this in another horror pack box? But I don't think so. Wow, okay, good month. Shaping up to be a really good month so far. Titan and Crimes of the Future, and this is sleeved. Although I do already have this on Blu-ray, so you can expect to see this or the other version on my Poshmark soon. Let me see if this has any special features. Yes, the making of Crimes of the Future, and oh, that's it. But this is nice and sleeved. Oh my gosh, which one will I keep? I just took a peek at my shelf. I think they actually might be the same edition. I'm not sure. Either way, one of you lucky ducks can get your hands on it soon. And lastly, in the horror pack box for today is the exclusive Rave, the horror pack limited edition Blu-ray. They do this every single month. It's a movie that's exclusively distributed by Horror Pack, and I have literally never seen a good one. The local underground club is shutting down, but not before throwing one last party. Mimi drags her nervous friend Lena along for a night of alcohol, ecstasy, and dancing. But as the night nears its end, more and more of the partygoers become affected by a strange infection. Oh, okay, interesting. There's like people in hazmat suits on the back. Also, this girl, she is from Midsommar. She's the one that makes like the pube cocktail, right? Or the pube salad. You know what I'm talking about. Isabel Grill. She's so good in Midsommar. I would love to see her in more stuff. I have a sinking feeling that this is probably really bad though, but her being in it does give me a lot of hope actually. Things are looking up, Horror Pack. I have to admit, I am not always impressed with them, but this month actually looks really promising. Why do I still look blurry? Is it just because my eyesight's blurry? Yep. But that's gonna do it, folks. That is the whole haul. So there it is with all of the stuff that I have thrifted lately too. I think I'm most excited about finally finishing my Batman trilogy collection. I'm also so excited to finally watch Snowpiercer, and that I found a couple interesting international movies. I'm really hoping that there's some hidden gems. So stick around. If you haven't clicked subscribe, then do that. Click the notification bell. That way you'll be the first to know if I think it's good or not. Also follow me on the main channel for one of my next monthly recaps. I'm sure that I'm gonna throw on Land of the Lost because I gotta know. Was there any value or was I just 13 years old? At any rate, I hope that you enjoyed this haul. Let me know maybe something that you've picked up recently if you are a fellow collector. I always love to hear what hidden things you find. I'm always finding all types of crazy hidden treasures in vintage shops and at Goodwill, so it's always fun to hear what you guys got too. Once again, check out my other channels. You can check out my social media also for some behind the scenes looks at my next short film, like on Instagram. Definitely check out the Patreon, the fundraiser for my current short horror film, all of that. More than anything though, I just hope that you enjoyed this video and I hope I catch you in the next one. Bye!